Austria-Hungary is and always will be a failed state. My favorite failed state. This one was sent in as a disaster on disastersavior.com, the place to be for all your disaster needs. And the person who sent this in left us with some notes. Apparently they got Franced while Poland was the Belgium. On the face of it, this looks absolutely dramatic. You've lost pretty much all of Hungary and you're about to lose a whole lot more. Now, I'm gonna start by getting rid of your front lines. They're messy and just needlessly complicated. Alright, now I want to hold your hand and tell you it's going to be okay. This looks terrible.
That was so terrible, I think you gave me cancer.
And according to the war screen, it is terrible. But there are a couple of upsides. Main upside is most of our puppets are not in the war. The only thing in the war is Austro-Hungary and Czechoslovakia, and well, they'll be fine. They're still controlling most, if not all, of the forts, and you've actually been able to push past the forts. So this will be fine. Trust me on that one. Austria's not in the war. Nothing else is either. So the only thing we can lose is all of our land, which I know how that sounds, but trust me. Again, it's okay. Now, you are garrisoning a lot of troops here on the Italian and Tyrol border. This is pointless. Once again, Austria is not in the war. If they were going to be in the war, it would have happened by now. It's 1941, plus you would have seen warning. Therefore, these units are all wasted, taking up space that they don't need to. Concentrate all remaining efforts, well, all efforts on defending what remains of our kingdom, being this little circle up here. We are going to give away the entire south because it's indefensible. It's too far away from any sort of organized resistance. It's simply not happening. So we're going to pull all these units out and we're going to railroad them into Romania, and then they can make their way back through Romania, through Serbia, through Croatia, and then rejoin the front line. Or I can delete them and recover the equipment. Either one is fine, really. So we're just going to concentrate our defenses on the northern bit, being Western Slovakia, being that's really the only thing of Hungary we still hold. Now, I have good news for you as well. You see, there are several integration options, and I can tell Austro-Hungarian Czechoslovakia is not one of these options. That can only mean two things. Either it's bugged out, and we'll find out soon, or this thing is finished and is simply waiting for the day to tick by, meaning once we hit 24 hours and January 13th rolls in, we will integrate them and actually get a bunch of extra cores, a bunch of extra victory points, and we will be nowhere near capitulation. We'll be fine. Now, military reorganization will need to take place. First off, these horses, useless. Secondly, all of these guys, like I said, fall back, withdraw. Over here, all of these guys will need to railroad to their new positions. Shouldn't be too difficult, I think. And then we're also going to do a whole lot of reorganizing because this army is not in excellent shape. We're going to concentrate as many units as possible under proper generals so that things are a little more neatly organized. There we go. That leaves us with 10 divisions that just need to get to where they're going. Now, political power. You're not spending it. Well, I guess you are. You're integrating these kingdoms. We're going to stop. We'll do that later, but right now I cannot afford to bring Croatia or Austria in. I would like their industry and manpower. Unfortunately, it would open up a massive front that we cannot afford. So we'll not do that. Instead, we'll spend that elsewhere. First off, war economy. Maybe even total mobilization. I'll settle for war economy. And honestly, you don't need service by requirement, but we might as well. Then political advisors. We're going to hire the moderate lawyer for a bit of stability. And we are going to hire the Archbishop for a bit more stability. Air Force, no. Construction, no. We'll finish the one here just so that when we retake the territory, we get that extra factory. But any new construction is going into either Western Slovakia or, honestly, into Bohemia, because this is going to be ours. And if it's not, well, we're fucked anyway. Okay, production. It's not good. Okay, 9 mills. I'm assuming that's because most of our country's occupied. Let's make this a little clean. Just the bare essentials. Trains, guns, artillery, support equipment. The absolute bare essentials. And we'll scale up from there. No air. That's not great. No tanks. That's not great. No AA or even real... Wait. Oh my guy. Okay, so word of advice on the research. You're trying to keep up with the industry. Good. Really good. Very important. However, you fucked around with synthetics. Not that important if you're not going air or tanks. And you've lapsed behind on infantry equipment. Infantry equipment is important. It is where the bulk of your army is infantry. Keep this up to date right after the industry. You've also taken all of these computing machines and you're taking advanced radios. These are not as important. You want to get mechanical computing, but the other ones here, really not as important as they might look. They take a long time and their bonus they add is nice, but there's an opportunity cost there you're paying. And this is a pretty big opportunity cost considering you don't even have 1939 artillery. You don't have anti-air. So my advice, industry up to date. First tech of mechanical computing and radio. Prioritize infantry equipment. Keep this up to date. Keep artillery up to date with the main artillery line, as well as getting at least the first anti-air piece of equipment here, and then if you have the time, get a couple more. Armor, whether or not you do this is up to you. This looks a little different than your game. I have no step back. In your game, you basically just have light, heavy, and medium tanks. Just keep this up to date if you want to play tanks. Same with air. This looks different because I have no by blood alone. If you don't, it's just going to be airplanes and you upgrade them as you go without having to do all the separate parts. Air, if you're going air, it's very important to be either ahead of time or on the bleeding edge of airplane development, so you have the best airplanes available to you at all times. If you're not doing air, at the very least do anti-air, because air will wreck your shit, my guy. And then there's support companies. Whether or not you do a lot with these is situational. I always recommend getting engineer companies. I love them. And other things that are very useful are field hospitals for your offensive units, as well as logistics companies, because the Supply is the thing. And if you're fighting defensively against an enemy that has a large air force like Germany, armored trains are very helpful because they don't blow up as easily. Doctrines. Word of advice. Mobile warfare, really good if you're using tanks or at the very least fast units. You are a pure infantry army. Mobile warfare is entirely and utterly useless to you. Either go grand battle plan, allowing you to get a large planning bonus, a lot of entrenchment, and a good focus on just infantry offensives using battle planning, which a lot of newer players prefer. Really good, really strong. If you're more into micro, superior firepower does have some things going for it as well. All right. And these guys, a full army here, and then I have 10 units here. I'm going to use these 10 units to move to the center of towards Prague, and then we can reorganize. Let's slow the game way down and see what happens. Oh, there we go. Austria-Hungary and Czechoslovakia accepts integration. All is well with the world. So this is why I'm not worried. You see, we're very close, well, close-ish to capitulation. I'll click the button. We get a bunch of new cores. We're nowhere near capitulation. We're fine. And we get 40 additional units to play with. Oh, reminds me, units. So a bunch of these templates are new. We got those from Czechoslovakia. They're not the best, but we'll see. This is going to be our main infantry unit. It's fine. It's a solid block of infantry. It's simple. It's cheap. Support artillery is very effective, very cost effective. Recon's just not that good. I would replace recon immediately with engineers and update that. And this is going to be our base frontline unit. It will have solid defense and organization. It can entrench itself, and it has a little bit of bite to it with that support artillery that will do damage to the enemy. And in absolute worst case scenarios, it can push as well. Now we're going to take all of these units we've just inherited, I guess, and can convert them. All right, after some reorganizing, that gives us one full army group completely sorted out, to 11 reserve divisions that I'm not sure if I want to keep or delete because of our equipment deficit, and then 13 units I'm looking to wield as a sledgehammer or a scalpel, depending on the task ahead of us. Right, so we inherited this template as well, Mountaineers 1939B. This is something we can work with. Is very useful indeed. So we're going to add some artillery. Not too much artillery. Could add one more, make them like 30 width, but we do have a fair bit of mountains around us, so I want to optimize for mountains. I would remove one mountaineer. This gives us a 25 width infantry division, specifically tailored to mountains. We're just going to strip out the support anti-tank and replace it either with support anti-air once we get it, or cavalry recon. We cannot get rangers yet, so I'm just going to take cavalry recon now. It will do. The Germans are leaving this somewhat wide open, so don't mind if I do. I'm just gonna push in there and see what I can grab. All right, so that means we already have a couple of our cores back. Yay! Well, it's not the massive push I had hoped for, but it's a solid start. Taking a couple of tiles back and giving us control of North Transdanubia. That's a lot of factories. Oh yeah, that's a lot of factories we suddenly control again. All right, once the Mountaineers get to level 2, so they're trained, I'm going to commit them. Try and retake this mountain supply hub, open up the way towards Budapest from the north. While I wait for more nonsense to happen, let's see if I can get a little encirclement here. If I can take that division out, that will encircle 2 of them on my own front line. My own fort line, I should say. That would definitely be helpful. Get them out of my hair. Launching some attacks on the flanks as well to pin divisions into place. Deny them the possibility or the... Oh, damn. I was going to say deny them the opportunity to reinforce, but they reinforced faster than I could push them out. All right, Giori program. Very cool. Very nice. Let's go get another research slot, considering we are so far behind the times. We're way behind. So I'm not entirely certain what you did research here. Certainly wasn't good. Certainly hasn't helped us out much. All right, Mountaineers are ready enough, I'd say. Let's bring them to bear. My plan, such as it is to effectively push through the narrowest bit here along these mountain lines and along this mountain railway to the Soviet border, cut the German front in half. Now, this is a massive, massive gamble. I realize this. It's also going to be extremely funny if it works. Let's see if we can do the funniest thing imaginable. And we'll simply start pushing here. Now, it's important that we take these supply hubs in this place and Eperjes, this place. So we can actually supply the troops as we make that very daring, very funny push. Speaking of a daring and funny push, let's do this. Yes. Germans... Oh, I hadn't even noticed. Germans are very much at war with the Allies. I hadn't actually noticed that. I keep moving up. All right, see if I can take Krakow. It would appear they are actually going to let me do this. This entire thing here, the entirety of the lands of Austria-Hungary they've occupied will be encircled. They will be trapped. They will die hilariously. That said, I do need to dislodge them from this supply hub here. But I can do that once I've made that push. You've got to be shitting me. They're actually through? No way. Boys, I don't know what to tell you, but it does appear to be happening.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm!
Right, keep going. Keep going. We're like 2 tiles away. Keep going, you magnificent bastards. But we've also taken Katowice. Ergo, we have supply in the region. Once the railway comes online, we actually have supply in the region. Oh, magnificent. I've been pinned. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. I refuse to be pinned. It's done! In one daring push with 10 Mountaineers and an assortment of bare bones infantry, I don't know what to tell you. We're 2 months in, and we've essentially beaten the German army. This entire thing is cut off. These guys are all encircled. Every single unit in this section of the front line is encircled. Utterly, completely, and totally. We're going to set this to aggressive. We're going to use the infantry and the Mountaineers to push down and squash this. It also does look like Italy might be dead any day now. A little unfortunate. I had hoped to steal some land from Italy so I could press the button, reintegrate the empire. Oh well, we came here to save a disaster, not to build Austria-Hungary all again. Just all-out push. Yes, I know that battle planning's not optimal. I don't need optimal. I just want to watch the Germans disappear while I look at Brubbles. Green, red, doesn't matter. Just want to see this end. And these 10 divisions have earned the right to bear the names of channel members. These are my elite, the storm troops of Bitter Steel. You will bring glory on the battlefield. These 10 are the most long-standing members of this channel, and if you want to see yourself on the battlefield kicking ass and taking names, why not sign up for a membership? It's one of the, if not the best ways to support me in doing what I do. And you know, you get to look cool while doing it. I'd even give you a medal. Like Virgil here. Congratulations, the Order of St. Stephen. Now, onwards to glory. That's a massive trap. That is, if this is accurate, 26 divisions. That's not bad at all. It's not a game-ending run for Germany, but it is a crippling blow. That is a good proportion of their army simply gone. Look at that. That is a big reverse Uno that we just pulled on Germany. I hope Italy lasts long enough for me to seize Lombardia and Veneto, but if they don't, no harm. No real harm done. Let's drastically increase the output of our factories. We will make more of everything, and we will ramp up military production. We shall have a glorious new military once we're done. Hey, the capital's back. We got Budapest. In any case, though, behold, we're back on the map. Wow. I remember seeing this save on Reddit and thinking, no, there's no way. No, I don't think I can save this one. And then it showed up on disastersavior.com, and then I realized there is a way. I am the way. Yeah, so Germany is also way overextended. So they're losing to the Netherlands. They're about to lose like 20% of their army here. And they're still trying to invade Norway. Why? Just look at it. Look at the glory of this. Hungarian Academy of Science. I'm gonna go to the next research slot down there. The research slots do take a long time because a lot of 70-day focuses to get to them, but you definitely want to get them. They are so worth it. There we go. That's 12, 14 divisions. 20 in total, 27, 28 divisions, I think, all told, plus those ones over there. 30. I think a total of 30 divisions. I'm going to integrate Croatia, Slavonia, or do I want to integrate... I think I kind of want to integrate this so I could go and take the fight to Italy. Yes, we'll integrate Austria. This is almost over anyway. I'll put these divisions on the front line with Italy. I see an opportunity to take Gleiwitz. Let's quickly grab that. That should give us control of Upper Silesia. Look at that. Gone, gone, gone. All of them gone. Yep. And just like that, I think we've made quite the fools out of the Germans. They walked right into our trap. Yes, it was a trap all along.
It's a trap!
And Austria is about to be integrated. Hello, Austria. There we go. Austria is integrated. The front has expanded, and it has expanded to much to the detriment of the Italians, who we are now going to bully. So we are going to make a big push on Italy, driving as deep into their territory as possible. We also inherited a bunch of Austrian divisions, and we can start making that big drive towards Venice here, and then up through the mountains towards Milan, and then we can control even more territory that we can core. That's going to be magnificent. Could have headed that research slot, but I kind of want to bully Poland as well. I want to see if they cave. Really, it's 35 days. At this point, I think I'm strong enough to continue even with the 4 research slots. I think I can give myself the satisfaction giving that a whirl. All right, we've made it into Venice. Let's keep up the push. Let's cut across there to Trento and then Milano. Go, 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 go. Speed. Boy, it's got to be embarrassing to beat the Italian military now. Benito's been deposed. Yeah, I would assume so. I can spend more political power to integrate Croatia now. That's Milan. Can I press the button yet? Reintegrate empire. I need Zara, Istria, Litorale, and then all the Croatian land. No, Italy does as Italy will. Is that my puppet? It is my puppet. Huzzah! Oh, sweet. Poland caved. They replaced their king or leader, and they joined my faction. Hey, Karl Albrecht is there. All right, cool. That's now in Habsburg. And he has also transferred some of these lands to me, I suppose. It does appear to be that way. I am the owner of these lands. Yes. Very nice. Very, very nice. All right, let's keep this on. Yeah, let's keep this going. Just need to kill Italy now. A little more. And then we can focus everything on the German menace. I do wonder if Istria is going to get transferred over to me because the stupid Regno del Sud has a core there and I just have a claim. So it could turn annoying. I could press this button though and do a funny. It would create a puppet there. It's just going to make things more annoying. I just really like to reintegrate the empire. That would be the best thing to do. If I could reintegrate the empire. Where's that? Is that over here? No. Come on, down here. Okay. Yeah, I need to control Istria. That might actually be a problem. God, the Italian Civil War mechanics are just stupid overall, but okay, it didn't end up being a problem. Fine. I control it, and they're gone. Bada bing, bada boom. Anyway, with that sorted out, there's just the matter of knocking over the Germans. They are pretty much dead anyway, so let's just put everyone up there and start pushing. Bubbles go brrrr. This is one of the fastest wins I've had in a situation that started out looking so terrible. We might actually get this before we No, we're gonna integrate this, but we're gonna get the empire back, boys. We're gonna get the empire back. And there goes Dalmatia, Croatia, etc. Almost there. Annex Zara. Now we can press the best button the game has to offer. Reintegrate the empire. Look at that. Reforged from nothing into something greater. Reintegrate the empire. All of these are now cores. And now we kill what's left of Germany. I'll reverse the Risorgimento as well, because again, if it's funny, it's worth doing. Risorgimento reversed. Everything looks so much nicer. There are 2 Sicilies, some Papal States, Tuscany, this. Yeah. I'll take this. And now we finish off the Germans and truly set the world back a couple hundred years. Love it. I just want my stuff and then we'll see what we can get. And all is well with the world once again. Austria-Hungary, powerhouse of Europe. We have a German Republic. Conrad will have to do without Bavaria though, and Saxony and Mecklenburg. Poland has been compensated for her losses and been made great again, and the Habsburgs are back in town, baby. Unfortunately, Lukov here decided to join the Axis at last minute, but never actually joined the war, so the Axis are still there, and it's Bulgaria who's in a very precarious position. Anyway, I consider this save. The state of Italy is disgusting. So was Europe, by the way. But another disaster save sorted out within a year. So if you guys want to see more of these shorter ones, let me know. Usually it's a long, grueling campaigns, but a short and sweet one like this really is fun for me. I hope it was fun for you as well. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.